Next game up, we're going to go over DG versus PME. PME is coming off of a win that don't sleep, and DG is coming off of a win that never scared. Let me tell you something. I like this PME team. They're a different team. This season, they look like they're having more fun. The acquisition of drafting Pablo and the acquisition of Chad are two big key components to this team. Now, Harman has not played defense the way he played last year, as far as interceptions. But this team is very formidable. They're still capable of making big plays. Chad and Pablo has been a huge pickup. Daquan has definitely showed he's probably the best player on the team. But the person with the most that doesn't get enough respect is Rel. Rel's been playing very well at quarterback. I believe he only has one interception this season. He is looking like the guy that he was last year. He played well last year, but people didn't really talk about him because, you know, you had Lou lighting it up in that division. So nobody really talked about Rel. This team is having a good season, and I definitely got to give props to Doughboy, who definitely got to be mentioned as captain of the year. Coach of the year.
Yeah, I mean, Rel is a talented quarterback. That's something we've never taken away from him. It's all about the distractions outside of the game or on the sideline, anything like that. Rel is a person that gets distracted a lot. When they argue, when they're fighting with him, when he's not able to focus on the game, that's when he starts to decline. So this season, PME has been really calm. They've been focused on the game most of the time. And when they are focused on the game, that's when they're the most dangerous, especially Rel. And I think it's reflecting on his numbers this season. That's why he's not making too many mistakes, and he's doing really well this season.
On the other side, DG. Listen, they started off slow. I thought we saw what I was saying about Chuck's cliff. And the team has now won 2 in a row. They definitely have turned it around, and it kind of looked like what people thought that they were going to be.
I mean, you made it seem like they were pretty much done. Like it was over for them, you know? And now you start to see that they're starting to get the kinks out. You know, they're starting to get together and get things working now, you know?
Right.
They have two games in a row. That's a good thing, showing that there is some improvement there. The communication is going. The cohesion is improving. So these guys are starting to gel together. It took a while, but sometimes when you have a long season like this, sometimes it starts slow, especially when you have two sides of a team coming together that aren't used to playing together. But when you have a veteran like Chuck, a veteran championship coach like Pam's, some veteran players like Cable and West, and a lot of role players coming in, eventually they're gonna figure things out. They know football enough to fit things together and play together. And that's exactly what they're doing. I'm waiting to see if they're able to keep it going in this game.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game right now with DG getting the ball. Second down at the 45-yard line. Chuck throws deep to Dash, who has a step on JJ on the sideline, caught in the end zone, for the touchdown. Then he gets the extra point, 7-0. If you look here, JJ gets beat right off the line, and Chuck gets it downfield for the touchdown.
And first of all, I just got to say this. For anybody thinking that Chuck does not still have that arm that can go downfield, this is to prove otherwise. Because Chuck is able to go downfield and make that throw. So he still got it. You got to watch out for that. But if you look at the defense here, JJ is playing alongside Josh. So on this play right here, Dash, he's playing alongside Dash. So as soon as he's playing alongside him, Dash beats him. He outruns him. He's faster than him. You cannot play him that close. He does so, and he gets beat downfield for the big score. Chuck is able to go right at JJ, knowing the blow coverage right there.
Rel gets the ball now for PME. Second down, he's blitzed and sacked by Dev. Big sack by Dev. They're getting physical early. After getting the first down, Rel throws a Chad on the sideline. Chad with a nice catch, stays inbound for a decent game. Listen, Chad has been a big signing. He's definitely having fun, and Rel really likes throwing him the football. Rel gets blitzed by Dev. Throws deep to Shane on the sideline, high, incomplete. Rel on 4 rush. Throws deep to Pablo in the gap, incomplete. You look there, Tone is opening the gap. If he wasn't looking, TME will have to punt.
And for their first drive, they didn't look so hot. Right out the bat, you see Dev getting a sack after getting blitzed. So right now, they don't notice. They get caught sleeping on the blitz, and they don't really pick up after that big pass to Chad. Afterwards, they go downfield, they miss. Then you see Pablo get missed here. So DG's defense stepped up on this drive, and PME was not able to recover on offense, and they were forced to punt. That's good defense by DG.
Third down after 2 passes. Chuck throws deep to Dash, who beats JJ in the gap. The pass is dropped. JJ is flagged for a pass interference and a first down to the 15-yard line. Let me tell you something. Chuck went after JJ. He saw the matchup with him and Dash and went after him. Now, mind you, JJ got beat earlier and was almost a pass interference here. Dash made the play. On this one, it's a pass interference again. He's literally making contact and not looking at the ball. Chuck has found somebody to go after. He found a target, and he's aiming for JJ right now. Big pass interference for him.
And this play, he does the same. He makes the same mistake he makes in the last play. He's playing alongside and playing too close, and Dash beats him right off the line. If you see here, he's beat. So as soon as Dash goes to make the catch, he makes the contact. That's the only thing he can do to actually try to stop the play. Unfortunately, it's a pass interference, so they still get the play regardless. I guess it stops a touchdown, but you shouldn't get beat in the first place by playing so close.
Listen, Chuck went to the precinct, and you know when you're at the precinct and they got you behind the glass, and you got a bunch of people standing up. Chuck was like this. That guy right there, because it's going after. He picked him out of the lineup. He knew it was one guy that he had to go after on his defense. He wasn't going after Carmine. He wasn't going after Jaquan. He picked JJ out of the lineup, and they need to put some cuffs on him because the way this guy playing should be illegal. It should be illegal for him to be getting beat this bad. And the GOAT is going after him. That's going to take us to 1st and goal. Chuck finds West in the front of the end zone. What a touchdown. Michael gets the extra point. 14-0 DG. And what I like mostly about this is he went to Father Time for the touchdown, and then Junior Time got the extra point. Now, we don't really show the extra points, but I thought it was cool that Father Time and Junior Time got it. And listen, it's amazing. Michael's definitely getting his experience up being on the field. He's got his bumps and bruises. He's learning, and he got in the end zone here. But Mr. West doing what he usually do, find a way to get open, and Chuck finds him. He gets open, and he usually ends up for a touchdown.
Listen, I'm not going to say much. Only thing I got to say here is I don't like Junior Time. I don't think you should use that anymore. I don't like that. It doesn't sound right. Listen, keep Father Time with the Father Time name, but nobody else needs to be no Junior Time, whatever.
Real time.
Just
real time.
No. Leave the time alone. Just find out another nickname for him. He needs a unique one out there.
3rd down after 2 short passes. Brown on 4 rush. Just gets the ball off. Throws it to Jaquan, who catches it, who makes the catch in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 14-6. PME scores back. And this is what Rel is supposed to do. Remember what I used to say? Whatever you can do, I can do better. You don't want me to start singing it here because I will bring the house down. But you get the point. Rel took it personal, especially after getting stopped the first time. Went right back to his money guy, and Jaquan shows why he is the best player on this team and catches it on somebody's knee. 14-6, they score right back.
And one thing you got to say about Jaquan is he's really been consistent this season. A lot of people say that, he's, a little bit higher than we rate him. Like he's supposed to be a guy that should be worthy of the draft and all of that. But, we always say that he showed inconsistency, throughout, especially when he played in this league. But this season, he's been consistent on both sides of the ball, being their main play out there on both sides. On defense, when he's stepping up on offense, being a big weapon, he catches this pass over the defender like he wasn't there. So that's a person that you just got to go back, that you have to use more. If you're Rel, look for this man, because if he's going to make catches like that, I'm going to keep going to him all day.
DG gets the ball, but they can't move any further. They're going to have to punt. Rel gets the ball. He's going to throw deep to Pablo on the sideline, who makes the catch over Juice for a big hit and the first down. The clock stops. Listen. Look at here. This was disrespectful. Okay? Disrespectful of Pablo. I mean, are you serious? This is why Pablo was a top draft. Listen, if this isn't on Darn's dimes, because we did it earlier, and we around that time to have this again, somebody should be fired.
Yeah.
He goes upstairs and drops Juice off on the second floor as he was going to the penthouse. That was nice of him to drop Juice off on the second floor, but he literally dropped him. He didn't even say, ding, second floor, menswear, watches, now going to the roof. He just opened it and pushed him out and kept going. Put on his neck. That is a great play. Definitely tell me what you saw in that. What do you think of it?
What I saw was Pablo giving Juice a welcome back to the UFL with that catch right there. Juice has been out on injury. You know, he was hyped to come back in this game. Unfortunately, the main play that we see him in is a highlight with Pablo catching it over his head. So that's a wake-up call, and I know that Juice felt that, and he's, you know, I know that he's gonna have to find a way to step up in this game, because I know he's not gonna sit lightly with that happening to him right there.
Third down, Rel goes to Pablo in the gap, getting to the 7-yard line with 6 seconds left. Third and goal at the 3-yard line. Rel on 4 rush, runs into the end zone, is flagged for running inside the 5, end and a half, 14-6, DG.
And this play is hilarious, only with the fact that Pams played Rel like a fiddle out there. If you look at this play in towards the end of this play right here, Pams tells the defense to open up the front, to open up the middle of the field. So Rel sees that, knowing that Rel isn't paying attention to what's going on. Rel's going to be tempted to run into the end zone, knowing that everything's open. Doesn't realize you cannot run inside the 5. Pam knows that. He's won 3 championships in this league, but these guys on PME have played in this league long enough, especially Chad. So they got to let him know. I'm guessing Rel didn't remember, or he didn't, know. But you got to inform your guys, because plays like this you can't afford to lose. And this was a whole drive that was wasted towards the end of the half. This was a play that Pams took advantage of and then working in his favor.
Me problem, like I said, they're one of those teams that gets in their own way.
Yeah.
This is a bonehead university play.
Oh, yeah, we got to bring that back, too.
First of all, I'm going to tell you what happened on this drive, because I saw it. I don't understand why guys overthink things.
Mm-hmm.
They were running to the line the previous play to try to catch DG not ready, even though the defense was there. Doughboy calls a timeout, and they go ham. They are furious
with Doughboy.
With Doughboy for calling a timeout. Because I guess they figured that they were going to catch DG not ready, even though mostly all the guys on this defense has played in the league, has played football, and they got one of possibly greatest coaches of all time on the sideline, who's going to know that they were rushing for. Because you got to realize, had they caught DG with their pants down, what Pants would have did?
Obviously call a timeout.
Yeah, so that made no sense. You need to score. And scoring, also, you get the ball in the second half. So, because they was rushing already, they didn't realize after they got out the timeout, Pants gave them the flats on purpose.
Yeah.
Knowing that Rel was more worried about the clock than the actual count. And they gave up this play as a touchdown. I wanted to get on that by running the ball in. PG went 2 for 3 in the first half. Now, PME's defense, They got a pretty decent defense when I'm looking at their numbers. They're 6th in defense, you know, so they're pretty okay, but they don't have the firepower to shut down what Chuck likes to do. They got the horses in case Chuck was going to kill. Chuck is not doing that. He's attacking the gaps. And then he picks out a guy and attacks him. Which he attacked JJ. JJ gave up a touchdown. JJ gave up a pass interference on the next drive that led to a touchdown. Listen, hear me, at the end of the day, they got to figure a way how to adjust and stop giving games away. That touchdown is possibly a way that you give up a game. And we're going to hope that they could turn it around in the second half. Okay, we're going to jump into the second half. After getting the first down, Rel throws to Jaquan on the sideline, getting into the 15-yard line. Third down, Rel throws to Jaquan, cutting in the back of the end zone. Incomplete, but Megatron is flagged for a pass interference in the end zone. The ball will go to the one. Tell me what you think of the play.
This was a clear pass interference. Too much contact in the back. The ref caught him. It looked like Megatron got beat a little bit, so he wanted to hold. Unfortunately, the ball was right in the air. So rather than it be 5 yards, anything like that, that is a clear pass interference. So the offense gets the ball at the 1 yard line. Because he got beat, he tried to stop him there. He gets caught with the flag.
Fourth down. Rel, with blocking from Will, rolls left and finds Jaquan in the end zone for the touchdown. Shane gets a 2-point conversion. This team has tied it up 14-14.
And this is them taking advantage of the flag that Megatron gave up there. I believe that this was going to be a touchdown anyway because Jaquan was open in the back of the end zone. So at the end of the day, all they did was postpone the inevitable with that flag. They got to the 1 yard line, and PME was able to seal the deal with the touchdown pass there. They figured they kind of fixed the whole issue that they had in the first half. They were fighting towards that last drive. They get right back into focusing the game, and they come back with the score, tying the game up.
Chuck is going to get the ball back. Blocking from Dev, throws the dash in the gap, who runs for a decent gain and a first down. Chuck is then going to throw short to Juice in the gap, getting him to the 20-yard line. Third down, Chuck finds Megatron open in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Carmine leaves the sideline to guard Dash, and nobody picks up Megatron. George gets the sack on the extra point. 20-14. DG scores again.
This is clear miscommunication. And that's probably one of the main killers on any defense. When you're not talking, when you're not communicating, guys not knowing where they need to be. As you look here, Megatron, all he does is cut to the sideline. Nobody's there. You see Carmine seeing that Josh is chilling in the middle of the field, so he goes to focus on him, but nobody covers the corner. Nobody covers where Carmine leaves. So that's them not communicating. I guess nobody knew that Carmine was leaving to go with Dash. Nobody's covering, and because of that, Megatron's left wide open for the score. That is not something you give away to Chuck, because he's definitely going to capitalize on a play like that.
After getting the first down, Rel with 2 passes in the gap, hitting them near the 20-yard line. Third down, Rel on 4 rush, throws to Shane in the back of the end zone. Caught but forced out of bounds by Juice, incomplete. Fourth down, Rel on 4 rush, throws it up high, incomplete. Turnover on downs, and DG's able to come away with a crucial stop on PME.
And this was just good defense right here, because that catch by Shane in the back of the end zone, that was a touchdown. That was them tying up the game. So that was a big play by Juice with the contact there, pushing Shane out of bounds. That is a key play to help them prevent a touchdown. And because of that, they had nowhere else to go in the next play, and they had to throw it up, and that was incomplete. So that play right there, Juice saved that drive right there with that defensive play there, preventing a touchdown. Good defense by DG.
Tuff is going to get the ball. He's going to throw the Megatron on the sideline court and runs for a nice gain. If you look here, AJ gets beat in the gap and is flagged for holding, which he declined. AJ got killed all day. They went after him all day, and he was definitely effective but on the wrong way. Second down, Chuck on 4 rushes, sacked by George. Third down, Chuck with blocking by Timmy, throws in the middle, getting to the 49-yard line. PME must stop the first down. Fourth down with blocking from West. Chuck runs a short game for a first down, ending the game. DG comes away with the win, 20-14.
And this last play, I was screaming to the top of my lungs when I was there, saying he's going to run. Like, I'm not supposed to be in the middle of the game, but I wasn't recording this game, so I'm a bystander watching. And after the play, I'm screaming, he's gonna run, he's gonna run, he's gonna run.
So you was cheating.
Huh?
So you was technically cheating.
Listen, let's not say that out. Well, yeah, I kind of outed myself on this play right here. But listen, everybody should know when you watch Chuck and Carver Mom, there's a play that they always run when they're in the red zone. Always. This is a patented Carver Mom play. You got to know this play. So all they do is, as Chuck is rolling to the left or to the right, one of the players hit the ball giver. Chuck is going to run for the first down. This is how they've won so many games, so many championships. They should have saw this coming. If somebody was able to read the play and rush up to Chuck right then and there, they could have stopped this play. This could have been a turnover on downs, giving PME another opportunity to score. Nobody picks it up. Chuck has an easy stroll for the for the first down, and that's the end of the game. Because nobody was able to read it, they were able to seal the win with that first down there.
We're gonna go to an interview with Pam's and Chuck and a few of the other guys. We're gonna be right back. What's going on? Stephen J here with Coach Pam's and starting quarterback Chuck from DG that came through with a close win. Tell me what's it been like this year, Pam's coaching this team.
Started off slow. We started real slow because, it's a whole different atmosphere from coming from our style of play to their style of play. It's like more calm, not aggressive, it's fun. We just having fun. No matter what it is, we having fun, and that was the whole idea coming into the season, that we just going to have fun, and whatever happens, happens.
PME was able to kind of get a little momentum going. What did you tell your defense in order to slow it down?
Well, should I say it? All right. He told me we just had to make him be a quarterback. Want him to think, nothing instinct. Everything we want him to think about it. And when you make him think, his natural talent doesn't take over. That's just the truth.
Chuck, we seen you starting to get used to these other guys, but you've been going to the main guys which is West and Cable. Tell me what it's like bringing them guys to this team with you.
Yeah, in the beginning it was rough because certain routes, certain things I wanted to do, they didn't really understand it yet. When they blitz, they didn't really understand what their job should be, whatever. But that's why I'm glad it's a 9-game season. This is week 7, and we looking more like a machine. Even when we getting stopped, we getting down there to the goal line, then say we don't score for whatever reason, but we moving the ball.
What's going on with Dash, one of your youngest players of this team, and he's been doing everything. Tell me what it's like with him.
Dash is a good player. He when we was playing in the summer, I seen him play. He got to play on my team one time. So when we put the team together, I asked him if he wanted to play. He said, yeah. The good thing about him is
I said no at first.
He did. But the good thing about him is he wants to learn. He wants to get better. Even when he does good things, he'll come back and be like, I did it right? Am I supposed to? So that's all it's about. We want to be rolling by the playoffs. We 4-3. We over 500 right now. 2 games left.
A lot of doors open for this young man.
And then we take it from there.
Dash, what is it like playing with 2 GOATs to this game? A GOAT at coach and a GOAT at quarterback.
Oh, it's great. It's a learning experience. Every game I learn something different routes, where to be. Like, even on defense, if I mess up, Pams will tell me, like, this is what you got to do better. I'll just be like, all right, I'll take that into consideration, play the next play, and try to do better next play.
You're not really just a role player on the team. You seem like you're a main part of the offense. What it feels like to have that, know that they got that confidence in you.
It feels great having the confidence, but we all a team. So at the end of the day, if I could get somebody else open, that's all that matters to me. It don't matter who's the shine, get the shine on that. As long as we winning and everybody's getting the ball, it's fine by me.
Pams, do Hollywood need to stay away? I know.
Yes, actually, look. I give good interviews. Look. Yo, great team victory. Hollywood, stay at work. We've been doing great.
It's them, actually. Shout to these guys. They won a big game. They're over 500, 4-3. 3 games ago. We'll see you in the season. Thanks. Timmy, I'm here with Timmy, wide receiver, blocker for DG. What it felt like to play against your old team?
It felt good. It felt regular. It felt like it was another team, same day, same team, and we was able to capitalize. I'm just happy that we was able to capitalize.
Was you frustrated that they didn't pick you up this season?
Yeah, because it did play a factor because they was telling all the teams don't pick me because they taking me. They even made a trade to go further down because they already knew they was picking me, and then for them not to pick me, that's on them. I'm on DG now. We doing our thing.
What is your role on this DG team? What do you got to do on this team?
You see me playing safety, blocker, receiver. On offense, whatever Chuck want me to do, he say, yo, it's your choice. You got the decision. You want to go out, you go out. You want to block, you want to block. I want to lose weight, so I want to block.
Right.
I like going against these big guys.
Well, thanks him for being here with us. They are on a nice little wheel sheet. Oh, we got Juice here.
Word, I'm back.
Juice, tell me what's going on this season with this
What's
team.
going on, yo? I'm back, yo. I never thought I was gonna come back, from that injury, you know what I'm saying? And it feels good to finally be back out here, you know what I'm saying? Play after play, down after down, I'm giving 100,000%. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to, you give me.
No, how does it feel to know that y'all starting to get y'all mojo back? Y'all over 500.
We should have been like this from the beginning. You live and you learn. It's down from down, and plus it's about who comes, because a lot of people don't come, you know what I'm saying? So now that we got a lot of people coming, we gelling a lot. And this is what we should have been doing since game one. You know what I'm saying? As we won game one, you know what I'm saying? And now we're trying to prove a point, man. We here, I'm back, man. Let's go, B.
We're going to thank Juice for being here with us. You see hype. He got the DG on.
You know what I'm saying? We burning. Let's get it.
2 games left. We're going to have to see it as this team go. See you on this site.
Shout to those guys. I think it was funny what they said about Hollywood. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's more jokes. They miss Hollywood here. But definitely, thank you for the interview with those guys, all those guys we had the chance to talk to. This is the main thing. I'm gonna talk about PME and I'll let you talk about DG.
Yeah.
PME versus Blackout couldn't get the first down when they had a chance to win the game. Messed up with the blocking, gave that game away. They got the ball with a chance to score and get the ball back at half, and they ran the ball in, gave away the play. They scored in the second half, but couldn't score at their second possession. Bottom line, this is how you give games away. Mistakes. And it's not talent mistakes. It's mental mistakes that this team continuously makes. They got to figure out a way to get better on that. Bottom line is the team continuously finds a way to lose a game. That's all I'm trying to say. They got a great quarterback. Got playmakers in Jaquan, Chad, Pablo. They got weapons. They got all around guys that can make plays. The bottom line is they got to find a way to stay out of their own way if they want to compete, especially in the playoffs.
Watching this game and watching the end of this game made me think about one thing. I remember you said that Chuck fell off a cliff this season.
Well,
that he was pretty much done.
Coming in, the numbers from his last season in the UFL was the worst of his career. Yes, I did say that.
Yes.
He had 15 touchdown passes.
So right now, he is, you know what position he's in touchdowns? He's in second behind Ramsey with 17. Second in touchdowns. He won. This is his third. This is DG's third win in a row after you said they fell off a cliff. And their offense is now in fourth in scoring overall. So that is a huge improvement 3 games can make. So that's, you making a prediction mid-season thinking that it was over, and then they pick up 3 games. Never scared. They're starting to fall down by the wayside after that loss that DG beat them. They beat Blackout, one of the top teams in the league. And they also beat now PME, a middle ground contender in the playoffs. So everything that you said, they kind of rebutted on that, and they're showing an improvement. So I think that you have to hold your judgment on this team until the end of the season or in the playoffs, because there's no way you can predict how this team is going to perform towards the end. I think that was too early of a judgment because they're showing a huge improvement, and now they're right back into contendership.
Okay. Listen, I know, and people like you get caught up in the moment. I get it. You see what's going on now in front of you, and you're like, oh wow, yeah, listen. The stuff you said in the beginning of the season, guy, that is not accurate. And this is how you literally talking. Yeah, boy, and you know how y'all guys talk.
Wait, yeah, boy, what?
That's how you're talking. Let me explain something to you. The 2 teams he lost, the big 2 games he lost to, I'm not even going to talk about the Ramsey game when they beat him on a walk-off. I'm not going to talk about that. You know the 2 teams that he lost to? He lost 13-12 to Sharks, and he lost 19-0 to grind time.
Yeah.
Two teams that have what? A secondary. Now, Sharks don't have a great defense, but they have Dre, they have Ralph, they have Mo.
Mhm.
When they had guys like that in the secondary, Chuck put up 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
Prime time, when they have Prince Mo, Prince, Jigga, all these guys, they score nothing. So don't sit down and tell me because of what Chuck did in the last 3 games against the teams that don't have a great secondary,
Mm-hmm.
that all of a sudden this guy has came back and he has jumped into what is that Raja Ghul pit, the Lazarus pit?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
slow down a minute, calm down a minute. Before the 3-game losing streak, they got shut out 19-0 to grind time. So listen, I hear what you're saying, and we're not going to argue. Chuck has done a lot better than I had expected to, with a lot less than what I thought he was going to have.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the jury is still out. Okay? We got to see what happens in the playoffs if they match up with the
Yes.
wrong team.
Mm-hmm. But my thing is, all of that is fine. But my thing is, and I'm just gonna end it like this: when you was putting judgment on Chuck and his team, you were judge, jury, and executioner then. So now you're saying the jury's out. So I see the backpedal. You're backpedaling. Now you're saying the jury's out. Before you said he fell off a cliff, they're done. They can't play together. This was a bust. That's pretty much the things you were saying, all along those lines. So now here comes the backpedal. Here comes backpedal. So now in the playoffs, if that comes and they play successful, that's going to be more backpedaling. So I want to see how far you can pedal back until you hit a wall. I just can't wait to see that. Not to say that I'm definite on Dem Gettas, but I always want to say, you know what? They're going to figure it out. They have to. And look what's happening. They're showing signs of that.
We're going to wrap this one up. I liked how you said, not that I'm saying that I'm on Dem Gettas, which means you're not going to hang your hat on them right now. But we'll see. I like how you slipped that in real quick. We're going to wrap this one
Twisting
up
my words. Okay.
with DG coming away with the win over PME, 20-14. We'll be right back. Next game up, we're going to have Don't Sleep versus the Gators. Now, this is the game of the underachievers, unfortunately. Both teams have definitely not played for what we expected. Gators fell off the map ever since their first win of the season. Haven't won a game since then. And Don't Sleep has just been all over the place. Don't Sleep, team that I believe went 2-2-1 last year, had 2 forfeits. So practically I was 4-2-1 last year. Definitely don't look like that team at all. They didn't have a great team last year, but I think they have an identity crisis. They tried to switch up their style coming into the UFL this season, and it hasn't worked. The team is definitely underachieved. This offense has underachieved as they're the tie for 12th, scoring second to last points and 10.2 a game. Their defense has let them down in 10th in defense. You know, they just don't look like what I thought it was going to be, what I saw in EHS, but it's 2 different leagues. They lost several players that you can really see. And I believe the guys that left, teams look more organized than Don't Sleep. Now, I'm not going to put nothing against Joel because he has a way of getting his troops together come playoff time, but they just not looking like what we expected them to be.
And there's another team that attendance has been a big issue for them. You know, they can't always have everybody on the same field at one time. You know, Reem was in desperate need of protection in the pocket for a long time, never got it, and that's why his numbers have been struggling. They lost 2 players in Benny, who went to the Monarchs, having a good season, and Leak, who went to Raiders, added to their top defense.
Yeah, both teams
So-
players are having a better season. You're right.
And if you're gonna compare and talk about, the EHS, don't sleep, whatnot, of course you're gonna mention that they lost Henry, who's in Monarchs, looking like he may be is in contention for offensive player of the year right now.
Yeah.
Because he's having a great season. So all of these guys are going to other teams and having relative success, where Don't Sleep are now having attendance problems. And I think that has been their main problem, because I still think that they have enough playmakers to make it happen. It's just they haven't really been here consistently enough to perform.
And just to piggyback what you said, I think it starts with Maine on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I love what Maine is doing. Definitely a fan favorite, Instagram favorite. A lot of people respect him. I mean, you may not agree with Maine's opinions. I don't agree with a lot of his opinions, but he's always going to be real with you on how he feels. I always respect that. He's honest. My issue with him is he needs to be honest that this defense isn't very good. They're 10th in defense. And he's supposed to be a defensive guru. He's supposed to be a defensive mastermind. He's supposed to be a guy to watch tape. So if that's the case, why isn't your defense holding you down when the offense is lacking? He doesn't look interested. He doesn't look focused. And it's spilling out to the rest of the team. They need to go back to guys like Macho, Joel, as far as the offensive side of the ball. Go with your original Lou, the original playmakers. Scrap the other ideas and the other things you're trying to do. Scrap the situation with Femi. That is a bust. Femi barely been here, and when he's been here, it's like he hasn't been here. They passed up on guys like Matrix, Matt, Santana. They passed up on these guys.
Rico.
Rico. These are all guys
Yeah.
that were drafted after Femi, and Femi has given you nothing. At the end of the day, they have to turn around. They have an opportunity to. They have to look more interested. On the other side, Gators are, I don't know what to call them. You know, I will call them the Bad News Bears, but that's a disrespect to the Bad News Bears. Because the Bad News Bears end up getting together winning the championship. At least they have passion. This team doesn't even have that. They moved on from Reggie. Nelson's become their starting quarterback. And this team is still lacking. Since they scored 40 points the first game of the season, I don't think they hit double digits again as far as in the 20s. Since then. This team is all over the place. Ant leads it. And Ant needs to stop telling people what he's going to do here, what he did here, how he did here. We know his resume. The guy is a great player. But now it's all about his leadership. Putting everybody together and making it happen. He has to get on the equal page with Rico and figure out what's going on. And Prodigy has to be part of that, because this team, again, UFL, have a puncher's chance in the playoffs, and that's what they need to be focusing on.
The thing about this team with the Gators is they have a bunch of role players put in positions and starting positions where they're the main focus of that side of the ball. And because of that, they don't have that experience to perform as that single guy that's going to hold this spot down. Like, let me give an example. On defense, a lot of guys are there to play a role. They're subbed in to play a role, then they switch out. They play a role and switch out. I don't believe that they have enough experience to be in that position full time. Like, they have Los that's blocking full time when he's not a blocker, in my opinion. He's more of a linebacker, in my opinion, on defense rather than a blocker. So they're struggling protecting the quarterback. Nelson, when he's not coming late, he's running for his life, having tunnel vision. You have Rico, not able to come all the time, and he's not always on the same page as Anthony and Prodigy and all these guys. So this team is all over the place, like you said, and they have to find common ground. They have to show a spark sometime or another. Otherwise, this team is pretty much one and done, because they got to show life some way, some form.
All right, we're going to jump into the game. Femi won't be here, but they're going to have Rico. Femi won't be here for Don't Sleep, but Rico will be here for the Gators. And Nelson's going to, and they're starting quarterback for the Gators. Nelson is going to get here late. Ant is going to get flagged for cursing after getting the first down. And this is what I'm talking about. This is your leader. This is your captain. This is your coach. It gets the first flag for his team. And I don't even want to keep going on that. Third down, Ant pitches it to Brandon, who throws deep the Prodigy in the gap. Nice game, but still forced to punt. I don't care that they were forced to punt. I care that they showed a little energy, a little spark, try to make a play. It didn't get to where they expected it to, but at least they did a little something. And they have to punt, but at least I seen some type of life here.
And I believe that the flag on after getting the first down really killed their drive. Now, Ant was complaining that he got hit late after the throw because he's starting as quarterback because Nelson's late. He believes that he got hit late after the play. But understand, on a position like this, you have to hold your composure because it comes back to bite you when you lose it on the field. And it hurts you, and that's exactly what happened here. Now, again, I'm looking at this play, and could it have been a fraction that he got there a little bit late? Yes, it happens. You can't lose it because every quarterback goes through this every now and then. So you can't lose it because it's only going to hurt you in the end, and that's exactly why they were forced to punt.
Don't Sleep is going to get the ball, but they're going to struggle to move it. Now, they're going to get stopped. The thing about it is, Reem is not here. Mike gets to start. We've seen Mike start earlier in the season one game. He gets to start here because Reem is not going to be here. Ant is starting because Nelson is going to come late. Ant on 4 rush is sacked by Macho. Third down, Ant on 4 rush. Those are lows in the gap for a decent game, but the Gators are forced to punt. Back-to-back punt, and Nelson here ASAP because they're not doing anything. Mike with 3 passes in the gap for a nice game, getting him a first down. Third down, Mike rolls right on 4 rush and throws a Smiley in the middle, off target, incomplete. Fourth down, Mike is going to throw it up, out of bounds, incomplete, taking us into the half, 0-0.
Right now, my thing is, we was talking about the Gators having no life. Both teams are having the same problems right now. None of them are able to get anything done. None of them have their starting quarterback. So both offenses are stagnant, scoring nothing in the first half. Now, in terms of, I'm going to speak on both sides and each problem. With Anthony, he is the leader of this team. So when he loses it, everybody else is, loses their spark as well. So he has to keep his composure, like I said earlier. If he doesn't do that, this team is going to be unsuccessful moving forward. It's looking like that in the first half. In terms of Don't Sleep, Mike is quarterbacking, but he can't get anything done. They're struggling on offense. Again, attendance is hurting them. So nobody's performing because when they come, they don't show any signs of life. They're holding on defense, but it doesn't matter if you can't score. They got to show some type of life in the second half. It's all up to which team shows the first spark is going to win because right now, none of them are showing anything.
It's by far some of the worst football I've seen. I'm so frustrated with the type of football that I'm seeing. I'd rather watch this game with my eyes closed. Because at least when you're talking and I'm talking, I could pretend to see stuff, maybe sheep jumping over a fence, maybe snow falling, anything but these teams play each other. I'm looking for my remote to change the channel. I'd rather watch the weather channel, the cooking channel. This is bad football. And my problem is it's not organized at the end of the day, both sides of the ball. Now, Gators are a young team coming up, and they're trying to get to know this game. There's no excuse for Don't Sleep. They played in multiple leagues. They played in this league for several years. And the way they played in this first half was embarrassing. I'm very disappointed in this team because they should know that they're way better than what they're displaying to us, to the league, and to themselves. We're going to jump into the second half, and hopefully this team can show that they have some type of pulse. We're going to jump into the second half. First down, Mike goes deep to Macho, who beats Isaiah in the gap, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0, Don't Sleep. What did I say in the beginning of the game? Get the guys that is known for being a part of Don't Sleep involved in the game. Macho is one of the main guys I said. This team misses heck. This means team misses the guys who used to represent and bleed the don't sleep colors. And Macho is a don't sleep veteran, and he shows why. Great throw by Mike, getting Macho the ball, touchdown, 6-0.
And this was a lack of communication between Isaiah at safety and Ant on the sideline. At the end of the day, you got to communicate because as you see, as Macho's flying down the field, Anthony got to point him out and pass it to Isaiah so Isaiah can pick him up. That doesn't happen. Isaiah's busy trying to run to the other receiver down, the other receiver cutting, and he reacts late on this pass, and because of that, he gets beat, leaving Macho wide open. You got to communicate more in order for the guy to shift when he needs to. If they don't communicate, they're going to be beat like this, and that's exactly what happens here.
Nelson's going to get into the game now. He's going to throw to Rico in the gap. Spider gets a hand in it incomplete. What did I say? The original guys who don't sleep. There goes Spider making a big play. See what I'm talking about? Mike threw the touchdown pass. Let's go with your original core, and they can show the other guys how don't sleep get down. Nelson on second down with blocker from Lowe's. Throws it to Brandon in the gap. Overthrown, incomplete. Third down, Nelson with blocker from Lowe's. Throws to Ant on the sideline, off target, incomplete. They just have to punt. My problem is Nelson just gets here, doesn't even try to build a rhythm, tries to look for home runs, and gets stopped. They're going to have to punt.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is what happens when you come late, not being in rhythm with the team. You come in trying to make something happen. Most likely, more than not, you're not going to get it work. You take your time and you dump off passes and try to get what you can. Rather than take a shot downfield and you're unsuccessful, that's because they weren't able to get anything in the beginning of the drive. You're forced to make a big play on third down. You don't, and you end up getting them forced to punt there.
Second down, Mike scrambles on forward rush. Throws deep to Sherm in the gap. Sherm with a nice catch over two defenders for a big gain and a first down. Are you serious? Are you serious? Sherm out of that IOD cover mob can't get this guy the ball. He's one of your most talented players on your team. You got to find a way to find him. Great catch there. Mike is going to throw the Smiley in the gap for a decent game. Turn down. Mike throws the Spider in the gap. Picked off by Mark. Gators show life, getting the interception, making it forcing the turnover.
And they're reminding people that Mike is not a starting quarterback. In this here, he makes an inaccurate throw, not seeing the defense right there, making a play. So all of that happened with Sherm and everything is erased by Mark making a big interception, getting his offense back on the field. Nelson's offense has to capitalize off that big play.
Nelson with 2 plays for a decent game. Then Brandon gets ejected for cursing and 15 yards back. Brandon was one of the top guys. I thought he was definitely going to be like a rookie of the year. Got hurt. Haven't really showed that same highlight skills, and unfortunately get ejected. Taking out Nelson on 4 rushes, sacked by Joel, and the Gators are forced to punt. I think about Joel and these guys, they led the league in sacks last year.
Yeah.
They're in the bottom, and they're in 9th in sacks. Got to get back to bringing the pressure. Great sack by Joel. Don't Sleep is going to struggle to move the ball, and they're going to end up punting, giving the ball right back to the Gators. Remember, the score is just 6-0. Second down, Nelson is blitzed by Spider. Rolls left, throws deep to Mark in the middle, picked off by Mike. Ending the game, if you look here, Prodigy was wide open, and Nelson misses him. Ending the game, Don't Sleep with the win, 6-0.
And this is what happens when you do not protect Nelson. Nelson's a quarterback that he shuts down when he's under pressure. If he sees a hint of pressure, he is going to make bad decisions out there. So they have to find a way to protect him. Right now, they don't have the personnel to protect Nelson in the pocket. So you're going to see more of this. As soon as he sees, like I said, any type of pressure, he's going to make mistakes. And this is one right here, missing Prodigy in the middle, trying to throw the ball downfield, ends up picking him off. They lose the game 6-0. So they had an opportunity, regardless of how bad they were doing, to win this game, but they couldn't get it together because they were incoherent. Guys weren't here playing the way that they supposed to in the beginning, making mistakes on defense, and then not being able to show any type of life on offense. Like I told you, the first team to show the biggest spark on offense was going to be the team to win. That was Don't Sleep, and they showed why with them scoring 6-0 first and them getting the win.
I'm gonna go back on both teams real quick. Get on the
Yeah.
Gators first. Look at this for a second. He punted 4 times, then threw an interception. That was the Gators offense today.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, very terrible. At least they got some throws in punting the ball. Listen, they went from 40 the first game, right? They averaged 4. They got 40 points the first game. Now they're averaging 10 points a game, 10.6 a game. They're in 11th in scoring. That's terrible. Their defense, 12th. They're giving them close to 3 touchdowns a game, 16.8. This team is bad. And the problem with this team is they have a lot of role players that's starters. A lot of guys on this team will be role players on other teams. You know, you have teams like that, you say, well, these guys can start on any team. The Gators don't have that. And the problem is, you can win with role players if everybody knows their role. Rico is doing his best, but Rico can't carry this team. And I thought he was going to be able to, but that's a lot to carry. Nelson, problem is, he's not taking what the team is giving him. And because I think the team is bad, he's using it as an opportunity to make big plays. You can't hit a home run every time I bat. Can't. He needs to learn that. And this is the problem that I went through him and I coached him.
Yeah.
Nelson is similar to a Cam Newton, and he wants to make a big play every down. Game does not work that way. And until he realizes that, he's going to continuously get into these situations. He has to know, let me take a check down. Let me take this here. Let me take this here. Boom, let me take a shot. All right, now let me take this here. Let me run a little bit. Everybody go out. I'm running on 4 rush. This is the stuff. That's an efficient offense. And next thing you know, you're up 2 scores. He doesn't do that. And because of that, you saw punt, 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 punt.
Yeah.
This one, it's hard to sit down and come away with everything that's wrong with the team. Again, you have a puncher's chance. And I think once they're in the playoffs, when they're playing with their back against the wall and they're looking more to upset somebody, that's when you're going to really see this team. But until then, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The other side,
I just, yeah.
Right.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
On the other side, Mike looked better than Reed. Mike is not better than Reed. He looked better than Reed. This team ain't winning without Reed at quarterback. Reed needs to go at the quarterback position looking like he's risking his reputation. 2 of the guys that left his team are successful and they're on championship contending teams.
Yeah.
Reed got to feel a certain way because these are the guys that he won a championship for. Don't Sleep needs to get their core guys to lead the charge and then sprinkle in the new guys to show them how we do. We don't need big plays. We take our time, AKA KC, and we take the shots when we get them. This defense has to get back to pressuring the quarterback. And that's led by my guy that I really like on Don't Sleep, Rob. Rob is a definitely pressure guy. If he can keep his temper, he can make some noise. This team still got a punch his chance, but they got to put it together now.
First of all, I wanted to, if anybody don't know, just remind everybody. We mentioned about a couple players losing, parents this past season or whatever. I was informed on the field just on that game that Smiley, who also plays for Don't Sleep, just recently lost his father. So, he's also going through a tough time, but, he was able to come and play. Tim, everybody would share the prayer with him, and I would like to have, hope everybody have their thoughts and prayers out for him and his family as well. Like I said, it's a hard year, but, you see him making plays out there, doing what he has to help his team win. And I believe that he was a factor in this game. It's the little things that Don't Sleep did that helped them win this game. They only scored 6 points, but don't sleep the little things in this game that helped them edge out the Gators in this game. Mike making a few plays, that big play by Macho that got them in the end zone, them taking advantage of the miscommunication on defense, Joel getting sacks, putting pressure on Nelson. Little things like this is what got this don't sleep team to win. Even if they're not going to be the top contender in scoring or defense or anything like that, if everybody does the little bit that they need to do, I believe that they have chances to win these games. They just got to remember to do the little things first.
We're gonna wrap this one up. Shout out to Smiley, man. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, bro.
Yeah.
Don't sleep coming away with a win. 6-0 over the Gators. We'll be right back.